what's up? It's your girl here, Nia Leah. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to just get right into it. We got a lot of chapters to read here. I'm going to start off with Xavier. Let's go ahead and go in the crown and chapters. I think the music is different each time, right? Wait, we have a bunch to read. I know this, y'all. I had a strange dream. In it, I was Prince Hamlin. The magnificent throne was right before my eyes, and I walked toward it, my feet touching the red carpet. The bell rings at midnight. Countless ghosts with insolent face appear between me and the throne. Who? Who are you? What do you want me to do? Kill Xavier? Shoot. Everything spins, the ghosts suddenly vanish, and in their place stands Xavier. His body is covered in wounds. He's wearing attire that befits royalty, and his gaze carries a fierce gleam. He's somewhat different from the Xavier I know, one who has always been calm and quiet. Why are you here? Those wounds.
Stay back.
Okay.
Escape is no longer possible.
What did I do? Bro, I ain't did nothing. Xavier, wait.
Wake up.
Okay. Sweat soaks my forehead as I wake with a start. At my bedside lies Xavier. He's drowsy.
Did you have a nightmare?
Oh. So he must have heard me having nightmares about somebody who want me to kill him. Yes. Wait. Why are you here?
I was walking around and saw you were sleeping at your desk. So I carried you to your bed. And then I fell asleep.
Let's set aside the reason for why you were passing by my bedroom in the first place. What you're currently doing is enough to make the guards arrest you.
I only wanted you to have a good night's sleep.
Looking at Xavier's innocent yet matter-of-fact expression, I pinched the bridge of my nose. My mind drifts back to the dream I had. In my heart, the words related to Xavier still linger. The Xavier in my dream, did he actually look like that 300 years ago? When it's time for breakfast, I head to the dining room. Xavier is sitting next to my seat.
A ceremony will be held today. Your attendant invited me to have breakfast with you.
Since you're here, you may help me finish this salad.
Are you a picky eater, Your Majesty?
Salad, boiled eggs, oatmeal, nutritionists certify them as healthy, but eating the same dish every day is boring. Xavier looks down and rummages through his pocket. He produces a package of rainbow-colored puff rings. Rainbow puffs? This snack is popular in the royal capital. So you
know of
oh,
it.
child, them. I gave my approval to import them, but they're high in calories. Too high, in fact. So they became contraband in the palace.
You can have one or two. There's nothing wrong with that.
We glance at the attendees who are standing in the distance. Then I quickly lower my head and bite this snack in Xavier's hand. I'm starting to see how you're more practical as a partner, Xavier.
If you like what you see, then I can offer other purchases.
After breakfast, I read the Empire's important news. It's part of my routine. Xavier, look at this.
The mysterious leading actor is actually the fourth illegitimate son of the soon-to-be Empress's uncle's second aunt's cousin. That's a complicated lineage. They must have stayed up all night to look at the royal family's pedigree.
Here's another one. Soon-to-be Emperor's secret lover revealed. Will the royal family experience upheaval?
This one looks more interesting.
I just noticed the music. Oh, snap. We'll do a little salsa up in here. There are several more articles like it, and their headlines are practically identical. Xavier and I exchange a glance. The answer is already in our minds. Someone is controlling the media's narrative.
I guess a certain person is restless.
They're so curious about you. Why don't we give them something to look forward to? When your identity is revealed, regret will be the only emotion they'll have left. However, I used my fork to tap the back of his hand. To make them show their hand, we need to put it in a bit more effort. Giving people a convincing performance is an activity you excel at. Isn't that right?
What you said is true.
Xavier picks up a crystal clear peach from the desert plate and turns to feed it to me.
But when it comes to convincing performances, having an excellent partner is important.
Oh, oh, oh!
Bend your knees a little. It'll be easier to attack from a low position.
That one doesn't count. Again. Since the play includes fighting for certain scenes, Xavier and I spar with swords during our free time. After several rounds, what surprises me is how Xavier can easily counter my moves, and he hasn't been physically active for 300 years.
Focus on your defense. Don't rush.
But now, you're the one who needs to be careful. As Xavier speaks, I take advantage of the opening to launch a surprise attack. I pin him to the ground and press my training sword against his throat. I win. If we follow dueling etiquette, you should offer me your sword as a sign of everlasting loyalty.
According to the dueling etiquette from 300 years ago, the victor should help the loser stand to demonstrate magnanimity and trust.
I rise and eyebrows as I look. Oh, let me help him. They wouldn't let me finish reading. All right, I'll humor an ancient relic. When I grab his hand, he pulls me toward him. You scheme against the Empress? I'm afraid your list of crimes got longer, Xavier.
Since I already have a multitude of charges, why don't I accumulate a few more and provide monthly payments?
On our backs, Xavier and I rest on the ground. Sunlight brings in a wave of warmth, and I realize I don't dislike moments like this. He gently lifts my wrist. I turn to see Xavier has a place.
Agreeing to a bet means accepting any losses. My sword is yours now.
My fingers trace over the swords, some ancient patterns. It looks extremely old.
My father gave it to me during my coming of age ceremony.
I wonder what you were like 300 years ago. 300 years ago? He's 300 years old. Is that what they're telling
Are you
us?
curious? I happen to know of a place that we can visit.
You're an old man. Oh, with a young face. I follow Xavier's footfalls. We pass through the corridors, both bright and dim, before finally stopping at a wall. Here.
Take my hand.
When Xavier holds me close, we're already on the other side of the wall. Before me is dimly lit room with an antique style. All the furniture is covered in thick layers of dust.
This used to be my library. I heard that after I went missing, Father had this place sealed. It looks like it hasn't changed since I left.
I look around the room and note the open books on the desk and the astronomical instruments whose name I don't know. Everything still bears traces from hundreds of years ago. On the side wall is a portrait of Xavier. He's wearing fine robes and holding a scepter, and his dignified demeanor is cold and distant. What was your life like when you were a prince, Xavier?
I guess it wasn't too different from what you're experiencing now. There was an endless stream of matters to deal with, countless banquets to attend, and all the salad you could ever ask for.
Salad. I want some meat with that. Is that why you set out to find the interstellar gate? To leave that kind of life behind?
It was more about having control.
Xavier brushes the dust off me, and a certain light flickers in his eyes.
Aren't we?
After him, today's domestic and international affairs. The sun has already moved westward. I turn off the holographic screen just as I am about to relax my robot. Secretary approaches.
Your Majesty's daytime work has finished. Thank you for your diligent efforts. May the Empire continue to be prosperous. In case you forgot, here is your schedule for tonight. The Minister of Strategic Planning has invited you to attend a reception.
Please tell me.
That Her Majesty has an appointment with Mr. Xavier tonight.
At some point, Xavier has appeared by my desk.
My apologies. I cannot find any invitation related to Mr. Xavier on the schedule. Your Majesty, please.
Added, this gentleman is a special guest who will attend the coronation ceremony, and his invitation should be given the highest priority. Taking advantage of the time it takes for the secretary to record, I grab Xavier's hand and leave the study as quickly as possible. We only slow down when we leave the palace. All right, now Mr. Xavier can tell me the specific of his invitation.
It was just a spur of the moment decision. Can't I invite you on a whim?
Xavier hands me a rabbit-shaped balloon. Its two comical rabbit ears flutter up and down.
Before the coronation ceremony begins, there are events being held in the city. I don't want you to miss them. And it seems like it's been a long time since anything outside of appointments has appeared in your life.
We avoid the bustling crowd and wander along the alleys. We stop here and there. With no attendants or guards, the breeze feels especially refreshing.
Nebula Shake. It happens to be the last one for today.
I take the drink from Xavier and take a big, long sip. The children near the stall seem to have recognized you.
I don't know them, but they said I look like a prince who saves planets in a popular story.
What did you tell them?
I told them I'm not a prince. I'm simply a friend who serves as Her Majesty's errand boy for matters such as buying milkshakes.
My milkshakes come brings the boys to the yard, and their life is better than yours. We drink our milkshakes as we climb a spiral staircase up to a corridor. I look up. The view is excellent, and the entire royal capital can be seen at a glance. I guess you're well acquainted with this place.
This was where I watched people's lives, or saw the sunrise and sunset.
Xavier pulls me down to sit at the edge. This place is close to the real world. It truly is a place that anyone can like. The sweet aroma of bread drifts around the corner. With warm evening sunlight, it envelopes us. I close my eyes to savor this very tranquility, but then he pokes me. Hey, what did you want?
If we get closer to the real world, will I get to see the real you?
Aren't I normally real?
No. I was just thinking about the you on stage, the you at banquets, and the you during our sparring matches. They're all like you.
Oh, are you catching feelings, Xavier?
But which one is closer to the original you?
I'm home, Granny.
A child's voice resounds in the distance. We look toward it to see the little boy we met at the stall earlier.
Why did you come back so late? How was the festival?
It was lively. I saw a man who looks like a prince, and he's friends with Her Majesty.
Aw.
People told me that the Empress liked rainbow puff puffs and nebula shakes. Her Majesty is just like us.
Nonsense. How could Her Majesty like those things? Dinner is ready. Wash your hands first.
The old woman takes the boy hand and leads him into the house. Xavier and I exchange a knowing smile. This current version of me is one that I don't dislike. Ooh, let me see. So far, I like I said in the other video, I like Silas and Caleb's story the most. The crowning chapter. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the next one. I'm gonna think about the royal walk. Because we got a couple of days to play that. I might do it after I do the crown and chapter. Yeah, their music are different. After the first act of the play, I return to my busy life that filled with unparalleled responsibility. Once the current matters at hand are done, I realize I haven't seen Zane for several days. The last performance failed to reveal anything about his true intentions. In addition, my subordinate reports stated that he hasn't made any suspicious moves as of late. After much deliberation, I decided to test him personally. The guard at the Grand General's residence stands at attention and bows.
Your Majesty, I'll announce your arrival at once.
That won't be necessary. I'll find him myself. Hmm. I make my way to Zane's study on the second floor with practical ease. As I expected, he's behind his desk. He's hunched over while working on something. My unannounced visit doesn't even elect a hint of surprise. I walk over to his side. On the large wooden desk lies an antique pocket watch and several maintenance tools. That looks familiar. Is it the one I gave you?
Indeed. Your Majesty has an excellent memory.
He doesn't look up, yet his movements as he polishes the pocket watch are remarkably gentle. This device from a previous era was a birthday gift I gave him during his time as my master. The mechanical movement gives a tangibility to the passage of time. However, these gadgets have been rendered obsolete by eons reaching toward the future. Yet Zane always has a special fondness for antiques. It was my gift to you, yet it became your most useful tool for telling time when you trained me at the military academy. Remembering how mercifully strict he was during training, I inwardly grumbled.
It was more useful than I anticipated. Whenever you saw me take it out, you suddenly found the motivation to run faster.
Anyway, who sees their well-intentioned gift turned into a tool for punishment would want to finish training quickly? Only then only then will you put it away. Hearing my complaint, Zane gives a slight smile without saying anything. What are you doing? Is it broken? I walk over to Zane and look. He shifts
No.
slightly.
I'm simply performing routine maintenance on it. As of late, it's been running slightly faster.
I detect the subtle implication in his calm tone and immediately retort. This pocket watch has been working for so long. It's only natural for it to change without you noticing. Whether it runs fast or slow, oh my goodness, whether it runs fast or slow, its own prerogative. There's no need to fix it. He glances at me, reaches around to retrieve a repair tool, and then lowers his head. He doesn't say anything. I watch him work on the pocket watch while idly fidgeting with his nearby objects. I hear a beep next to me. I look over and realize I've accidentally touched a box keypad. Assuming it won't open, I enter my birthday. To my surprise, the box opens. Why? It's my birthday. The password to this box. Did you do that? How did he do that? He arranged the pocket watch chain, and his tone remains composed.
Everything within it belongs to you. It's only natural to use your birthday.
His explanation makes me curious, so I use this opportunity to pick up the items and examine them carefully. It's my deck. Was it deck name? Oh my god! It's my deck. Detonator. Dictator? That's not a detonator. Detonator is spelled differently.
Detector.
Detector. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nia. He glances at me before rising from the workbench. Then he moves behind me.
You sound confident. Strictly speaking, it's your confiscated detector.
Detector, you would have said
Tried
it
to
anyway.
use it during training. It was a valiant attempt to see when I would return. I found it at the entrance when I had just returned from handling certain matters.
No wonder I couldn't find it. It was with you this whole time. I make this teasing remark as I look at other items. New and old objects of various sizes are well maintained. Every single one is related to me. Why did you keep them?
These are mementos of your Majesty's growth.
I freaking don't. My cat. She would not.
I planned to give them to you on the day of your coronation. I didn't expect you to see them now.
When he reaches out to close the box, I stop him. You might as well give them to me now, and that pocket watch while you're at it. It doesn't listen to you anymore. It runs too fast, and you have to fix it at all the time. Click. Zane closes the box.
Since your Majesty gave it to me, there's no reason for it to be returned. In any case, being off by a few minutes or seconds isn't an issue. If it wants to run fast, then let it run fast. After all, is there anything in this world that forever remains unchanged?
Mm. For my baby. I like Zane, but I gotta be with Silas. Mm. The preparation for my coronation ceremony are going smoothly. Our play has reached its halfway point. During the break, I'm planning to use a tactical simulation to map out military deployment after my coronation. I need to prepare for the galaxies that are growing restless. So I invited Zane to be my opponent. They look good
What
in
does
their
your
suits.
Majesty plan to do next?
Mm-hmm.
Would you attack, or would you stay your hand for the time being?
The simulation begins. I control Imperial forces, and Zane represents the galaxies that wish to rebel. Initially, we have no points of conflict, yet as our territories gradually expand, friction inevitably rises. Asking that question means you're not as confident as you used to be, Grand General. I think while watching the situation, seize the moment, build strength. Your provocation won't work on me. With my current forces, rushing would be the worst possible move. I would draw my troops to conserve my strength and regroup. However, Zane's rate of development exceeds my expectation.
I'm afraid your enemies won't generously grant you time to grow because of your complacency.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, I didn't read that. The situation quickly becomes critical after calculating my current forces. I fortunately still have a chance to counterattack. As expected of the Cosmetic Empire's Grand General, even when deliberately revealing vulnerabilities, he remains a perfect emotional facade.
Majesty is impressive as well. You have the mental fortitude to observe me while strategizing.
I accepted his compliment without any hesitation. It's thanks to your excellent lesson. Didn't you teach me to keep an eye on my opponent's breathing during a contest? You can only relax when you watch them breathe their last at their body stops moving.
You've always been quick to grasp many concepts. However, you can't afford to lower your guard even when your prey appears to be defeated. Moreover, some enemies are cunning and skilled at disguising their true nature.
I look at the virtual screen and see Zane's armies have advanced from all directions. They're ready to devour the royal capital. Just as he's about to breach the royal capital's defense, a cheerful ringtone resounds to interrupt our match. Zane presses the pause button on his virtual screen.
Let's conclude today's training here.
He stands up to leave. I call out to him just as he touches the floor. Why don't you join me after for the afternoon? I don't know why it's skipping. I prepare desserts. Yeah, it's just skipping. I don't know why is it doing that on this app. I mean, this emulator. The sunlight is gentle and warm. Tea and desserts are already on the table. I glance at the plate of desserts in front of Zane and break the silence with the casualness. Excuse me. After all these years, your preference still haven't changed.
And you've always remembered them, no?
Whenever I struggled with my studies in the past, I bring you desserts. You were less strict afterward.
It's because of your expressions whenever you barged into my study in the middle of the night. They were always amusing and
What was that? I give him a skeptical look. Zane clears his throat softly, picks up a silver fork, and takes a piece of fruit from the cake. Then he places it in his mouth. I suppose those simpler days of the past are worth missing.
Fondly remembering the past is worthwhile. However, I value the present as well. We occupy different positions now, so our perceptions aren't the same. Your Majesty, your feelings must be significantly deeper than mine since you currently sit on the throne.
I watch as he swallows a piece of fruit. Then he picks up his napkin and dabs at the corner of his mouth. You're correct, Grand General. Different positions, different perceptions. It's reminiscences of certain roles. Experiencing something yourself and watching someone else are dissimilar on a fundamental level. That's why I prefer the future. As long as there's a road ahead of me, it means I can still be a harbinger of change. Zane remains non-committal.
In that case, I'd like to see the future you envision.
You like to see the future I envision. I do feel like his is a little bit better than Xavier. It got a little intense there in chapter 3. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Mm. As the day of coronation approaches, many visitors from other galaxies have arrived to pay their respects. According to my arrangements, a grand interstellar exposition is being held today. I also accepted Zane's invitation to accompany him to this event. Ooh, I gotta take a picture. I gotta take a picture. He look like Prince. That's what he look like. Surprisingly, that face suits you. I carefully studied the mask on Zane's face. Thanks to our mask, our appearance and demeanors have been altered. No one can recognize us.
Your Majesty's choice is impeccable.
Mm. I like that on him. He look cute. He looks sexy. He looks sexy and cute at the same time. Zane stands beside me and examines the hieroglyphic map in his hand.
Is there a particular exhibit you'd like to see? Considering the current crowd density, we'll be waiting in line for quite some time.
It's alright. We can walk around and see if anything catches our eye.
Understood. Since there are too many people here, we should avoid getting separated.
He doesn't say anything else. When he invited me, I thought he had ulterior motives, but now it seems as if he wants to partake in the festivities. Never mind, I'll deal with any situation that arises when they appear. Taking in the sights and sounds, I stop overthinking and begin looking around the expedition. Why are so many gathered around that booth? I squeeze through the crowd with Zane, several book titles presented in a large. The Emperor's Affection, The Grand General Daring to Overstep, Secret Lovers. The last one even bears a bestseller label, and upon closer inspection, I see it's already reached its 95th volume.
Oh my. I love you, but I love my power more. The tension between power and desire is addictive.
Yep, that's what's going on with Zane and me right now. Same thing. The enthusiastic stall owner is about to approach us with a sales pitch, so we quickly make our escape. Following a faint floral fragrance, Zane and I arrive at a garden's entrance. This space utilizes the latest spatial manipulation technology. It allows each visitor to have their own private garden. As we step into it, the bustling crowd instantly vanishes. The garden is filled with pure white blossoms, their petals layer on top of one another. They sway in the gentle breeze and release a subtle, refreshing scent. Are these jasmines? They look different from the ones I've seen in holograms.
Correct. They can no longer grow naturally in the current environment, and this is a modified species. There are some notable differences.
Zane's hand brushes over the petals. Under the sunlight, the jasmine bloom in layers and tenderly rest on his fingertips.
During the last meeting with the overlords, I noticed your majesty was fond of the jasmines they presented.
It's then that I understand his purpose in bringing me here. When the conditions are right, flowers can bloom anywhere.
In addition, they require a gardener's attentive care to ensure they bloom for a long time. Otherwise, they'll wilt prematurely.
It seems the Grand General is an expert gardener. In the center of the garden, a table presents freshly picked flowers for visitors to craft keepsakes. Playful, I pull Zane to sit down with me. I assume Zane won't be interested in kind of activity, but to my surprise, his craftsmanship is accompanied by remarkable dedication. Unable to contain my curiosity, I lean in for a closer look. Are you making a flower wreath? Tender stems and leaves bend into perfect arc as his fingers gently shape them. The scent of flowers fills the air as he entwines pure white jasmines with green stems into a circular item.
It can be a wreath or a crown.
I can't get over that flower in his eye. Before I can react, the item falls into my hands. You made this for me?
I suppose I did. Consider it practice. It won't be long until your coronation. It shall be the grandest celebration in the entire cosmos. You'll wear a crown symbolizing supreme authority. Its weight will be incomparable to this.
I gently touch the soft petals. The sensation is fragile yet beautiful. For a moment, I lost in the thought. A flower crown is beautiful and fragrant, yet it wilts easily. The crown of impress, however, will never disappear.
So, will you discard the flower crown, Your Majesty?
I wink at Zane. Why can't I have both? Flowers and power suit me perfectly. Flower power. That was nice. I actually like that. That was really nice. Chapter 4. I like his fit that he had on. The flower fit. I don't It was cute. Oh my god, I love Raphael B. Yeah, they all got their own songs for their chapters. Although the harmony we displayed during the performance sounds some rumors, they always seem to quickly resurface. I have a vague sense that someone is manipulating public opinion behind the scenes, so I launch an investigation. Meanwhile, the royal blessing event proceeds as scheduled. I'm busy once more. It's finally over. As Empress, I must bestow fresh flowers and coins minted for the celebration to my people. They represent the Empire's blessing. A day of handling practically everything has left me somewhat overwhelmed, but I still try my best to maintain my composure. Someone offers me a pitcher of water. I turn and realize it's Raphael. He had blended in with the crowd. Hmm. You're still here?
I'm also an Imperial citizen, so I should receive a blessing.
Hmm. I raise my eyebrows and hand over the last flower. Raphael is about to take it when a fluffy creature with a long tail, black ears suddenly leaps up and snatches the blossom. He does not like cats. Is that a cat? He doesn't like cats.
The audacity! Your Majesty, I shall retrieve the flower.
Do you need to get it back?
It offended Your Majesty.
It's unnecessary. There is no rule that says blessing can only be given to humans. It also an imperial citizen.
I shall thank Your Majesty on its behalf.
Oh, there was no reaction to the cat? Raphael don't like cats. He's scared of them. Why? Do you know that, little creature?
It lives nearby, and normally visits the Sanctite Chapel's garden to look for food.
Raphael's tone is nonchalant. The Sentai Chapel has a garden?
Every flower and tree is a miracle of nature, and being in nature's presence allows people to cast aside distracting thoughts. It's not open to the public yet. However, I can give you a tour if you're interested, Your Majesty.
This is the first time I visit the Sentai Chapel's rear garden. This is beautiful. Man, that background. The pink tree? Plants I can't identify grow freely throughout the area. As Raphael said, this space does allow people to cast aside distracted thoughts. Leaves sway in the breeze as schools of fish silently guide among them. He looks good with the pink tree in the background. These are...
They're holograms. They aren't real.
Oh, those are just holograms. I enter the garden's depth. The path is made of floating stones with an unusual texture. A faint scent of something fermenting drifts through the air. Laden with purple fruit clusters, vines hang from curved metal frames. These are grapes, yes. I've seen similar plants in the royal family's ancient tomes. Throughout the years, plants have evolved beyond their original form to adapt to the planet. But these grapevine has remained unchanged from what I've seen in the illustrations. I reach out to touch its leaves.
Be careful. It's poisonous.
It is? They seem graceful and yet deadly. I can't help but be reminded of someone I know.
Sometimes what's truly deadly is those who are too bold for their own good. Poison is the least of one's worries.
Raphael picks the fruit and hands it to me. Okay, let me taste some.
Will Your Majesty be that person?
I already take it. You seem to suit that archetype more. Oh, shit. Assuming Raphael won't harm me in this situation, I take one grape and put it in my mouth. As expected, it has sweet, refreshing flavor. Raphael looks somewhat surprised.
Your Majesty is courageous. This is actually a grapevine.
Plants in the cosmos have long since lost their former appearance. You managed to obtain this plant and cultivate it well. It must take a considerable amount of effort. Intending to carefully examine its purple, crystalline skin, I pick another grape. Unexpectedly, that little creature darts out again. It snatches the grape from my hand and runs off to play with it. Does it dislike me? Raphael, upon hearing this, laughs.
On the contrary, it was the former emperor's plaything and was constantly tortured for entertainment. Then it escaped. It wandered into the Sanctide Chapel's property, discovered that food would occasionally be present, and stubbornly refused to leave. Despite its greed for food, it's cautious. Therefore, its appearance here proves that it doesn't dislike being in your presence.
Raphael picks a cluster of grapes and places it in my palm.
Here's your compensation. You're different from the previous emperors.
I hold the grapes and look in the direction where the little creature ran off to. I won't be like those dead rulers. Not in my politicals. Not my politics, I mean. Not in my end.
That's something to look forward to. If your majesty is willing, you're welcome to taste the wine once it's ready. It's late. You should head back, your majesty.
Raphael turns to leave, feeling the subtle weight in my hands. I call out to him.
You have something to say to me?
I haven't given you a blessing yet. I rummage through my pockets only to freeze. I have no more flowers. There's only one coin. Raphael accepts the coin bearing the Empress portrait. His fingers pause. I'm sure if it's my imagination, but there seems to be a gentle smile on his face.
This is perfect. I accept your majesty's blessing.
Thank you, Raphael. As the day of my coronation draws near, I visit the Sanctide Chapel as a tradition. I must receive this Satra's blessings in the morning. Wearing royal ceremony robes, I walk across the carpet strewn with flower petals to the stand before Raphael.
Now then, may your majesty guide the stars and the empire on a new path.
Raphael touches my head with a grapevine. Then he takes my hand and presses it onto a spread of sacred cards before us. Drawing cards to predict the nation's future is considered an ancient tradition for the coronation ceremony, but can a person's life and death be determined by a prophecy or two?
That depends on what choice your majesty will make.
Without waiting for Raphael to answer, I draw two cards.
Your majesty has drawn the Flamma Arcana and the Sword Arcana.
As soon as the words leave his mouth, whispers erupt.
The sacred card says the Empress's existence will bring fire and war to the Empire.
The crowd becomes agitated. During the combination, someone knocks over a candle, which causes a ring of fire to flare up near my feet. Oh, snap.
The candle fell over?
Yeah, are y'all gonna get water to take it out?
We're doomed! Doomed, I say! This is an ominous sign!
The fire doesn't make me panic. I look into Raphael's eyes. And Raphael is equally calm. He picks up the candlestick from the ground and turns his wrist to re-examine the base.
There's no need to panic. The candlestick wasn't secured properly.
He's helping me leave this predicament unscathed. Raphael's fingers flick the wick a few times. The candle is lit once more. I look away, scoop up holy water to douse myself, and walk through the ring of fire. There should only be one interpretation for the Scarab cards.
It seems your majesty already has an alternate reading.
Raphael holds the two cards between his index and middle fingers as he hands them over. I reach out to take them, and Our fingers touch for a moment. I spread out the cards and lift my chin slightly. Fire held in light. I believe I will bring in light and warmth to the Emperor. And war is not the embodiment of calamity. I shall expand the Empire's authority and strengthen it. I throw the cards into the flames behind me. A small cluster of fire rises before dying down. I wonder if there. I wonder if this has provided you with new insights. When Raphael looks up at me again, he reveals an unusual expression. In this, a form of approval I can't tell. Fortunately, the rest of the ceremony proceeds without any more incidents. Raphael takes out silvery blue pigment that was ground from stellar minerals. Raphael dips his finger into it and touches my forehead.
Your Majesty shall witness this world's chaos with a clear, bright gaze.
His finger moves from the tip of my nose and brushes over my lips. The sensation is cool as he draws a wave pattern on my back.
The courage burning within the Empress shall transform into endless waves. Her Majesty shall lead the Empire forward without retreating even once.
I wonder, is that the play? Or are they doing something to... I know they would... I think they were going to the play. I think there was a play. That was good. That was I like that. See, I like Raphael chapter as well. During the Emperor's coronation ceremony, celebrations within the royal palace never seem to end. Today is the day of audience. In the palace, I sit on an honorable throne and listen to overlords below as they introduce their various gifts.
To commemorate your Majesty's assistance in driving away the interstellar monsters from our planet, we have painted a portrait of the Empress.
Looking at the portrait's enormous, imposing depiction of Empress, I force myself to smile.
Our planet's technology is limited, so we can only compose a poem for the Empress.
The exaggerated, lengthy verses of an ordeal many of the individual presents are already drowsy. Bruh, I'm fighting with my cat. I'm also tired, but I still maintain my composure. I nod and smile when appropriate. Suddenly, a small cluster of flames ignites on the table in front of me. That's Raphael. The faint fingers emitting from them is somewhat is refreshing. I'm immediately alert. But it's familiar. I've smelled it somewhere before. It's Rafi. My gaze sweeps over everyone. When I spot Raphael, I suddenly recall a memory. It was when I danced with Raphael. The scent came from him. As expected, I locked eyes with Raphael. That eyes, bro. He's toying with the teacup in his hands. When our gaze meet, he raises the cup in my direction. Just as I'm about to express my gratitude, another cluster of small flames appears. This time they appear at the words, "You're welcome." The long audience finally ends, and the overlords and officials slowly leave. Sipping tea, Raphael stays. When we're the only ones left, Raphael rises. You haven't left. Did the earlier performance lack excitement?
I believe the most exciting part hasn't started yet. Has Your Majesty forgotten? We need to hone our dancing skills today.
Ooh, come on, baby, let's do that. Amelia leads us to the spacious dance room. Raphael sets aside his outer robes when he turns to a painting on the wall. It depicts the ocean. I bought it many years ago at a charity auction. Are you interested?
Your Majesty's taste in decor is excellent.
Is it not a mere decoration? It's my companion for practicing etiquette. My words attract Raphael's attention. Aside from being used for dance practice, This room was also where I learned etiquette as a child. I was young, and the lessons were long, and inevitably there were moments it when it was tedious and I couldn't continue. I discovered that this painting could bring me inner peace, so I brought it here.
I'm surprised it has so much power.
Isn't it remarkable? Whenever I want to give up, I look at it and calm down. I walk toward it. Now I'm one step away from the painting. It's a pity. I still don't know who the artist is. I like to ask about the location it depicts. Is it Raphael? Because Raphael's a painter.
You can ask the people on my home planet. Someone will tell you.
You know this place?
I wouldn't say I know the place. Actually, I painted it.
I already know that, Ralphie. I already know it.
Isn't it magical?
Mm-hmm. I know it pretty. The mischievous smile on Raphael's face vanishes instantly before I can react. He picks up a book from the nearby bookshelf.
These books should also be your companions.
They're from practicing etiquette. You could say they're my opponents. Unsure if I want to get payback for that smile, I take the chance while his guard is down. I pull out the book and place it on his head. Why did I do that? Raphael looks somewhat unaccustomed to this. With the slightest movement, the book teeters. It's about to fall. Don't move. I place one hand on his shoulder for support and use the other to steady the book. Raphael listens to me and stays still. But when I let go, the book slightly tilts and an object slides out. I move to catch it, but Raphael has already extended his hand.
A paper crown?
I made it for myself when I was a child.
Your Majesty had grand ambitions even as a child.
Is it strange? I had to give myself some motivation, though. Flames ignite at Raphael's fingertips. Before I can stop him, he burns away the crowd's outer edges. You! Upon closer inspection, I note the crown's new shape. The flames have transformed it into a real crown. Raphael places it in my hands.
I believe this is more suitable to what an empress should have. However, a real crown isn't this light.
I created the crown and steadily placed it on top of my head. So, watch me. Its weight doesn't matter. I won't let it fall. Mm. Alright, I don't even know if I have 6 days enough to do the roll walk. Should I do the roll walk, y'all? We can do a little bit. Study, Emperor's Chamber. Emperor's Chamber. Oh, the study. So the study, Emperor's Chamber, Air Garden, and Observatory. Let's go to the study. Let's go over here then. What's full will eventually empty, but it never runs out. You are interested in this book, Your Majesty? It seems you tried to sculpt it. How will you respond? This is for my collection. I only wash others. Let's see. Perhaps the choice was flawed. They tried another option. What? Oh my god. I've been answering this wrong lately. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. Oh my god. I did it again. My bad. I only watch others. Do you like sculptures? I enjoy the process of sculpting more than the actual art form. No wonder I hear rumors of your acquaintance purchasing fine stones from all over the galaxy. Ah, that. Therefore determine new methods of seafood preparation. Why are you eating? What? You a fish yourself? Oh my goodness. I think she said Emperor Chamber. What is this? We going over here. I feel like this space is getting small for my Atabi. I also want to find a bigger one for them. Let's go to the car. Protecting the Empress is our duty. Ah, oh, you're a lady in waiting. You're startled me. I almost mistook you for Her Majesty. It seems there are things that only say when in front of the Empress. Okay. Okay. Your Majesty, you're here. This guard looks loyal and reliable. How will you respond? Ask about her purpose. Learn her to return to work. A few days ago, you said you were struggling to fall asleep. I've lit some incense to help. Don't worry. I asked the Emperor physician to check it. It's safe. This doesn't seem to be part of guard's duties. You seem surprised. In the south side court, there is no such close relationships. You could ask your attendants to do such things. That won't be necessary. I'm used to handling my personal affairs alone. Having them around would only make me uncomfortable. Oh, I did that good. What's the other place? Alright, let's go to observatory. Oh, should I click there? Let's go to observatory. What was the constellation name again? Oh, we don't go there? Explore. Your Majesty, what do you believe is the prophecy purpose? What do you think the prophecy offers you? It depends. It's a tool. Indeed, those in power need certain tools to placate the people. Do you remember how we decided on the date for celebration? Of course, I used the astrolabes alignment that day to announce it to the people, and I used prophecies as a pretense. Judging by your expression, you remember. If we're willing, anything in the vast cosmos can be a tool at our disposal. Alright, so let's go to Aerial Garden. I don't know if I'll be able to fix all this. I'm going to try to do the royal walks. But man, there's an 80% chance this experiment won't. Try getting some intel. I have some new inventions. Do you want to take a look? Has Raphael seen her inventions yet? Show the inventions to Raphael. Shay, there are other matters. This looks like a dagger, but is it a water gun? Oh my, you figured it out. You're the only person in the world who understands me. The design is clever. It's somewhat powerful and has an element of surprise. Very few in the court understand her. But she doesn't need to be understood by many. Being seen by you is enough. Meet now. Compared to the Southside porcelain, would you say my palace is more elaborate? It is fascinating, but since I don't visit often, I need time to accumulate. Is that so? I thought you were comfortable here. When there are differences, we need time to adjust. Of course, I'm referring to both of us. Will you try to get something out of him? Will you try to get something out of him? What compromise are you willing to make? Concessions only widen the distance between us. True alignment comes with suffering. Take what we're feeling at this moment, for example. It seems I put you in a difficult position. I'm looking forward to it. You're anticipating the pain of being forced to adjust? Only then can we prove how determined we are to move closer to each other. I don't even know what happened. It's just a check mark. Okay. Let's go back in order. So let the roll walk. Study. Garden. Since we already here, let's talk to the gardener. I hope you can grow better now. Alright, score. The plants in the garden have been well. You may visit and have a look if you wish. The garden looks very expedient. How will you respond? Ask about the tree, praise the gardener's dedication. Something. Oh man, come on. Bro, what? That's about the tree then. What about the tree in the center of the garden? Is there a method that can make it blossom? I've tried everything. There are still no flowers. However, I often see the grand dream of visiting it. You off visit? Not necessarily. I pass through the area sometimes and water it. I hope it'll bloom. Take care of something yourself. It's always better than leaving it to someone else. This is the observatory. Let's go to study. Through the cracks in time, the ticking sound softly trickles into the heart. I used to time your decision making exercise. I never thought that old pocket watch would still be sitting on your desk. How do you want to deal with this watch? Hence Zane. Very few passed your tactics, of course back then. You were brutal. You struggled at first and asked me for a tutor, but in the end, I remember how unstingy you were. Are you always this precise with your own time? Do you ever let the seconds slip away? There was that day you took a nap on the battleship. Okay. Alright. Alright, let me think. Empress Chamber. As per Lady in Waiting instructions, security has been increased to prioritize the safety of all Imperial citizens. Your Majesty, we shall prioritize your safety. I should change my clothes. A lady in waiting can handle this. Alright. Be at ease, my lady. There have been no mercies. The guard salutes to you, salutes to show her loyalty. How we respond? Have any unauthorized individuals tried to approach the Empress? No. However, we saw the Grand General leave Her Majesty's chambers. I wish she would nod back. It's hard for me to see it. That's all. With her. But we did inquire since it was him. Correct. Her Majesty asked me to visit that night. It wasn't an intrusion. There are so many matters that must be dealt with. I wish to help Her Majesty prioritize. Nothing more and nothing less. Oh yes, please tell Her Majesty not to worry so much at night. If anything's truly urgent, she should entrust it to someone else. Someone she trusts to be exact. Was it the banquet? Yeah, it was the banquet. It's a pure tone, but most won't take the time to appreciate it. Yeah, good. Handcraft drinkware. Exquisite handcraft drink vessels used only on a special occasion. If you want to enjoy yourself, go ahead. I'll be nearby. Many others are already tasting the wine. Do you want to try some? Better with the drinkware. Or a drink. Won't you join me? It's fruit wine from another galaxy. The alcohol content won't make you drunk. I most politely decline. The banquet hall is crowded, so I'd rather stay alert and keep an eye out for trouble just in case. It's like you and alcohol repel each other. Doesn't drinking turn you into someone else? Do you want to see a different side of me? Or are you simply fishing for answers? If you want to play my mind games, it's more fun when we're both sober. Oh my goodness. We'll meet now. You're strict on yourself. That's why I trust you. And yet I'm still worried about the possibility that you're correct. Perhaps you'll make your move one day. What if I did? Can we assume it's a treason, betrayal, or something far worse? Would you do what the mobiles bet on and have me executed? Will you respond calmly or take a gentler approach? Stay calm. I will impulsively make such a decision. When the time comes to pass judgment on me, will you be disappointed or will you hesitate? That's not a scenario I believe could have happened. It can't even be hypothetical. I know you. Doing such a thing means you have a good reason. You always take my side without a second thought. Are you aware? Don't you do the same for me? That's why I believe that even if you receive those sorts of accusations, I've investigated myself. I don't think I just got a check mark. Okay. Oh my god, you need to go use the bathroom? Woo! Sound like she was busting booty. Oh my god. I don't want to say busting ASS, but man, that's another what I would say. Let me think. We are over here with Xavier. Secret room. Who knows what secret are hidden here? I can't let the lady in waiting catch me. Alright. Dear, did Her Majesty see you? I haven't committed any crime. How will you respond? Say the Empress hit me. Tell him to leave. Wait, why did you bring someone else? Does this need to be delivered to Her Majesty? Sir, that question is above your station. Isn't one a Xavier enough? I can't imagine what you could offer to Her Majesty. I possess nothing of value, so perhaps I can only offer the Empress nothing. All I have is a sincere heart, if that holds any weight. Oh my god. If I showed up with my freaking cat, bruh. Empress Chamber. I will say that it's not really much of an investigation because it tells you what to do. I don't see any wrong answers yet. I mean, I've seen wrong answers, but they correct you. But yeah. Some things are passed down through the generations, like the reflection of royalty in a mirror, never fading away. I'm surprised you're still using this mirror. How will you respond? I didn't think about replacing it. This mirror is old like the Empire. And like the Empire, it has weathered countless storms and witnessed eras change. So you also stood before it to adjust your clothes and study your reflection. They say that when people look in a mirror, they subconsciously present themselves in their best day. That's because we look at it, we meet a gaze shaped by expectation of others, and it's projected onto our own reflection. Area garden. The seedling slumbers for centuries. While time flies by and seasons change, it follows its own rhythm. So it's still here. Will you press him for more details after we planted here? Show him the flowers. I found it near a dead planet. Someone had kept it alive in an eco-life sleeping pod. But now, even in a suitable environment, it will struggle to sprout and grow normally. So whenever I kept trying to find a better home for it, I was making it worse. Me and you was part of its destiny. So why don't we wait for it to bloom together? Alright, meet now. As of late, finding you is difficult. But I always appear when you call for me. Take this very moment, for instance. You requested my presence in the banquet hall for a dance practice, and I arrived immediately. I always thought the former crown prince was a master of navigating the currents of power struggles. Even in silence, he can identify others' intentions. That's what the imperial records would suggest. There's a difference between being able to see through people and bothering to guess their thoughts. Don't you agree? Will you command him as the empress? Ask for his thoughts. I'm gonna command him. And what if I implore you to listen intently to every thought and request? What if I demand you to vote yourself to understanding my motives and action? What will you do then? Permit me to observe, understand, analyze, and accommodate you. To be granted the level of authority and trust is as honor I will assuredly cherish. You will be a good diplomat. The act of seeing through someone is guessing it isn't what partners with equal standing do. So I guess I did his right. Okay. Instead of cultivating mind games, I would rather earn your trust in the hand you extend to me. Okay. Alright. There we go. There we have it. I'm getting close to the Empress journals for a lot of them. I think I'm the closest to the stylist. I want to finish his, if anything, because I have his card. I am enjoying the Royal Walk, but I thought it would have been a little bit harder. Because I thought if you said the wrong thing, then you won't get it. But it kind of saves you so you can get the right answers. That's kind of why a lot of people like Life is Strange series because, well, Life is Strange the first one mostly because when you say the wrong thing, there's consequences behind it. There's not a lot of consequences behind this though. It kind of just a little slap on the wrist and it helps you out. But I still like it. I still like the Royal Walk. Actually, this is by far my favorite event for the 5 banquets. I already said that. I like this one, and I like the one with the when we go on vacation with the guys. Heartbeats Ablaze. I like that one. These are my favorites so far. Yeah. But yeah. Astronauts, see y'all later. Peace.